Okay, let me tell you about writing one of my first songs ever. So basically, I've always loved writing. I wrote poetry and like short stories and things like that, but I never made music necessarily because I never thought I could sing. But then when I was going through my first breakup, like, I was journaling, I was writing poems, I was writing my ass off, and it just wasn't helping. I was in therapy talking about it, and it just wasn't fucking helping. My feelings were hurt. Fast forward, like 5 months later, I start dating this producer, and I won't tell you actually, yes, I fucking will. So I would sing around him basically, and he's like, you can totally sing, and I'm like, no, I absolutely cannot. So one day we go to the beach, and he brings his guitar, and he teaches me how to sing this Selena Gomez song, and then afterwards we have sex on the beach. Boop. Then we go back to his, and we record the song, and it actually kind of sounds fire. Fast forward, like a year later, I'm back in New York. Mercury's in retrograde. And your girl reaches out to her ex. And he, like, doesn't reply, but I see that he's been online. I'm like, what are you doing? So naturally, I send one of my girlfriends to go and watch his story and see what he's doing, because I have been very strong up until this point, and I have blocked him, and not because I was being petty or anything like that, but just because I couldn't, like, continue like looking at my story and like seeing if his little face pops up like he's watched my story, and I couldn't continue just like posting for him, and it was for my mental health. So I didn't follow him, and I hadn't looked on his page, but I needed to know what the fuck he was doing at that particular moment. So she watches the story, and she's like, oh, it's fine, he's just driving with someone named, and then he says like his new girlfriend's name, and I'm like, so I'm like, who's that? Like, go check that out. Like, who is that? And so she goes to her account, and like she like makes this face. She's like, oof. And like my other friends like peek in and see like what she's like looking at on the screen. They're like, don't show her that. I'm like, what the fuck is it? So I take the phone, and guess what it is? It's an anniversary post. I asked him to be my boyfriend, and he's like, oh my god, I already am. I'm just like a little confused because the timelines, baby girl, like, was he your boyfriend? Was he my boyfriend? Anywho, I start bawling my eyes out in Bryant Park. It's like, it's not okay. I'm not okay. So I go home, and I just start typing. I'm mad. I'm like crying. I'm writing. I'm like, help. And 30 minutes later, I have a fucking banger. Like a banger. In my opinion. My humble opinion. And there's like many metaphors for like driving, because driving is on the mind. I'm like, that should be me in your passenger seat, but you sent me fucking flying while you're firm on your feet, stuff like that. Because did I tell you he broke up with me in a mental hospital? And that's how Rendezvous came to be.